Put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real rappers be real with self. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up. Put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real rappers be real with self. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money, money, money. All you got is money. I know it's like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, not having it is. Do the work you need, maintain that size, the ability to create wealth. It's the love of money that's important. Money so much, money, you got to go to work. Yeah, I got to do it. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. Not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, where I do my absolute best to bring practical, proven, wealth-building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be coming to you live from the Monetize My Life Academy studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, if you have not already pre-ordered your book, Monetize My Life, go to monetizemylifeacademy.com, grab yourself a copy. I think you're going to be thoroughly impressed with the different ways that I lay out in that book on how you can take your passions and turn them into profits, right? In addition to that, when you get the book, the pre-order, you will get the PDF copy immediately, but you also get a 3-month subscription for free to Monetize My Life Academy. The website is under development right now, guys. It's going to be killer. You're going to be able to go into that website for 3 months at no charge, and you're going to be able to learn everything that you need to learn about monetizing your life. You're going to be able to learn if you want to write a book, for instance. You're going to be given book templates and how to write your first book and self-publish. If you like video marketing, you're going to learn how to optimize and crush it on YouTube, Vimeo, whatever video platform that you want to use. If you want to learn Facebook marketing, then you're going to learn how to crush it on Facebook with the Facebook marketing courses. Everything that you need to grow your business and profit from your passions, we will be teaching you in video courses, live webinars, and Q&A sessions. So you actually get access to me once a week in the Monetize My Life Academy, where we do live webinars and Q&A sessions, man. So it's going to be awesome. And then there's going to be tons of other courses on online marketing, on becoming a public speaker. Just a ton of a wealth of information. So if you grab the book today or pre-order the book today, monetizemylifeacademy.com, you're going to get the PDF today. You're going to get the paperback when it comes. It has been edited. It has been, my first bulk order has been placed. I just got order confirmation that it has been shipped yesterday, which from that particular company means I probably won't get it to the middle of next week. But then I'll go ahead and start sending them out right away to those who pre-ordered. But then more importantly, you get the 3-month subscription for free at Monetize My Life Academy, where you can go back there and literally learn all the marketing tips, and you can apply them against any business, right? So just thought that was super cool. I just wanted to bless you guys in that way. So do me a huge favor. If you're checking us out on YouTube, go ahead and grab the link and share it on your favorite social media timeline. If you have not already hit subscribe, then go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Same thing with you guys on Facebook. If you have not already shared the stream, do me a huge favor and go ahead and share the stream on your timeline so that we can introduce other people to what it is that we do here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time on Talking Money in the Morning Live. I certainly appreciate that. We're talking about rest versus sleep today, and why one is more critically important than the other, right? So do me that favor, go ahead and share, invite some people to come check us out. For those of you who may be new to the show, you may be watching the show for the first time, I always like to let you know exactly what you're in for and who the show is for. This show is for risers and grinders, man. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something this morning, this is your show. This show is for legacy builders. We provide tips, strategies on how to build wealth, how to bring peace, prosperity, and happiness into your life for the purpose of building multi-generational wealth and building legacies. If that is you, this is your show. If you, like me, every night before you lay down, you're thinking to yourself, what can I do today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next 5 years to make sure my children's children will be proud to bear my name? Then this is your show. On the other hand, who is the show not for? If you are the person who can't stand the word money, you think that capitalism is evil, you think wealthy people are snobs, this ain't your show, man. Right? In fact, we'd have to ask you politely to exit our stream, because everybody on this show is wealthy. Everybody on this show is bringing an abundance of resources, peace, joy, happiness, love, money, intelligence, inspiration, imagination, creativity. See, all of those are forms of wealth. You thought it was just money, didn't you? See, if you think like that, then you have to get off our stream, because you're not ready for this, right? Now, like I tell you each and every morning, I have no problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I just have a problem with you when you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy, right? Don't let my aspirations for greatness rub you the wrong way. If you can't stand to be around someone who is aspiring to greatness, you have to get off the stream, because everybody here is aspiring to greatness, point blank, period. Right? So we will give you a second to exit stage left, and we won't miss you. And like I also tell you each and every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, I want you to take a screenshot, geez, but not just of me, but of everybody on the stream, because we are all racing towards that $1 billion mark together. So today's show is also brought to you by Project 1000. Guys, that is my wealth building platform. Some of you guys are getting enough information from me on this show daily to build wealth. Others might need a little bit more. You might need a system. You might need some software, some tools. You might need some special education. You might need some one-on-one mentorship and training. You get that by joining Project 1000, right? We will teach you how to minimize your taxes, eliminate your debt, free up the cash you need to start investing, provide some investment education, and also provide some credit restoration education. We give you the game plan, the education, and the tools that you need to build wealth from scratch. You can't beat that, and we will do that all for just $34.95 for those who want to do it for themselves, for $200 to start, and then $35 per month for those who want to build their own financial education franchise. Guys, the financial education or the financial services industry is a $4 trillion a year industry. $4 trillion per year, right? You can get your piece of that $4 trillion per year by starting your own financial education franchise. A lot of the people who work with me are becoming pillars in their community, go-to people for financial education. They're being asked to speak on panels. They're being offered interviews on radio shows and local TV and all of that kind of stuff, because the financial education that we provide and that we teach is second to none. It's practical. It's brought down to a 5th grade level where everybody can understand it, and it flat out works for helping people build wealth. So that's Project 1000. If you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is inbox me, and I'll get you some more information on that. Or you can give me a call at 314-874-6887. Again, Project 1000. You can call or text that number, or you can inbox me, and I'll get you some more information on how that all works. So today we're talking about sleep versus rest, right? Sleep is overrated, man. I'm just going to put that out there. Sleep is overrated. Comment overrated if you think sleep is overrated. I think sleep is overrated. And I think there's a reason that it's overrated. We can get into some conspiracy theory type stuff, man. But I ain't never needed 9 hours worth of sleep. I ain't never needed 9 hours worth of sleep. Right? But who's telling you you need so much doggone sleep, man? Somebody who's probably trying to keep you away from your greatness. See, what I know about sleep is I know that some people will never become great because they refuse to sacrifice a few hours of sleep. Let me say it again. I know some people will never become great because they refuse to sacrifice a few hours of sleep. You resting 9 hours, or not resting, you're sleeping 9 hours a night. You're sleeping 9 hours per night. Then you might be sleeping 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours on weekends. It's a lot of time, man, that you're giving up towards being a greater version of yourself. Sleep is overrated, but rest is critically important. What's the difference between sleep and rest? Right? If you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. Sleep is physical. Sleep is physical. Rest is spiritual. Sleep is physical. Rest is spiritual. Right? And just to give you an example of how powerful rest is versus sleep, how many of you guys have ever slept 7, 8, 9 hours and you wake up and you still feel tired? You still feel groggy? How many of you guys have ever slept 6, 7, 8, 9 hours and you get up and you still feel tired? You still feel groggy. You were just sleeping for 8, 9 hours. And you get up and you're still moving in slow motion. Right? Sleep is physical. Rest is spiritual. Now, on the other hand, I've slept for 7, 8, 9 hours and get up and still feel tired, still feel groggy. But on the other hand, I've taken a 6, 7, 8 minute power nap and feel rejuvenated in 7, 8 minutes. What's the difference? What's the difference? See, one, I slept and I fed my physical body. And because my physical body was well rested, because I got a lot of sleep in my physical body, it takes a little longer to wake up and recover and get everything going. But when you rest spiritually, when I took that power nap spiritually and I was rejuvenated almost instantly, that's because I rested spiritually. And for me, this is why I'm doing this show. For me, I don't usually plan those spiritual rests. For me, those are usually spiritual pass outs, right? Everybody's worked their body till you were so exhausted that you literally just passed out, just couldn't do no more physically. And your physical body just gives up on you, just gives out on you. Well, guess what? Your spiritual person does the same thing. I work so hard in my spirit sometimes that I spiritually pass out. We call those power naps, right? We call those power naps, but it's really the fact that you haven't rested in your spirit for long periods of time and you shut down spiritually. You just have to let go of everything spiritually. Now, that is usually good for the spirit and soul. You are rejuvenated. But what would happen if you start planning to get that spiritual rest in and not just run yourself to exhaustion spiritually, but you literally rested often spiritually? You literally let go of everything spiritually and rested your mind, rested your spirit, rested your soul. I will tell you, if you think about it physically, if you keep running your body to physical exhaustion to the point of passing out, and you're doing that all the time, you're going to wear out your motor skills. You're going to wear out your joints. You're going to wear out your physical body faster than you have to. Well, guess what? If you do your spiritual being that same way, you're going to burn out spiritually sooner than you actually have to. Right? So sleep is physical, rest is spiritual. You need both, But I think sleep is overrated. I don't need, I mean, the Sleep Institute says that you need between 8 and 9 hours. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. During the winter time, you probably need more sleep, but during the summertime, see, I take my cues from nature, guys. I take my cues from nature, right? During the summer hours, sun goes down close to 9 o'clock, right? So, and sun is up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Do you need to be sleeping all of that time? No, I think you need to be sleeping about 5 or 6 of those hours. You need to be up in the morning, but then resting your spirit an hour before the day. And by the time the sun comes up, you're both physically rested, physically restored, and spiritually restored. Right. So when you think about spiritual rest, you should be thinking about rejuvenation. You should be thinking about rejuvenating your psyche, your soul, refreshing, right? And for most people, it doesn't require you to be asleep to rest. That's where meditation comes in at. That's where visualization comes in at. That's where doing certain things, like for me, when I want to rest spiritually and I take my mind off the cares of the world, I go play basketball. Now, that's not a physical rest for my body because, of course, playing basketball isn't physically resting, but it's a spiritual rest for me, right? Some of you guys have those things that your escapes, your getaways, because you can take your mind off your day-to-day, whether it's job, whether it's business, whether it's family or whatever. You can literally rest your mind and your spirit, but that don't mean sleeping. For me, my getaway is basketball. Because when I'm on the basketball court, I can't think about anything else but playing the game. Some of you, when you think about resting spiritually, it's those moments when you literally have to walk away. You literally have to walk away from everything, right? That's a walk away. Like for me, my wife tells me all the time, get your butt out from in front of that laptop and walk away. Sometimes you will grind so hard. Sometimes I sit here and I'm sitting here when my wife leaves and goes to work. And when she come home, I'm still sitting in this very spot behind my desk, still grinding it out. Every now and then you have to walk away, right? So just like you need rest or you need sleep every day, I wouldn't recommend 9 hours, but you need sleep every day. You do need rest more frequently throughout the day, right? So every trip off why babies and toddlers and young kids need sleep every few hours. Babies need to sleep every few hours. And it's not that they're sleeping, that they're resting. See, their sensories are so wide open, they're taking in so much input that their spirit has to shut them down literally so that it can organize and categorize everything in their little brains, in their little spirits. That's why you could be holding a baby or a toddler or a young child, and they could be laughing and playing. And then from one moment to the next, they can be out. And then they can do that and be out for 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden they're up for the rest of the night. Why? Because they got a little bit of spiritual rest, and that's all they needed. It's all they needed. Some of you are right there on the cusp of your breakthrough. You're right there on the cusp of your next level, going from glory to glory. But you need that spiritual rest. You're sleeping good every night, but you're not resting, right? What's the difference between sleeping at night and not resting? When you go to bed, with everything on your mind and you're worried about everything, you can sleep and not rest. You can sleep at night and not rest. Most working people experience this. I'm sleeping every night, but I'm not resting. Why? Because the cares of the world, I don't know how to walk away from those. I don't know how to shut those down. I don't know how to let that stuff go. I don't know how to let that stuff go. I'm too worried. I'm too engaged with everything. I'm thinking about the tasks that I got to do at work tomorrow. I'm thinking about the things that I didn't get accomplished today. I'm thinking about the fact that I didn't clean the house. I'm thinking about the fact that I didn't do all of these things. So you will literally physically pass out, but your spirit is still wide awake. It's where those weird dreams come from when you're restless, right? That's what it means to be restless. It's my spirit. I didn't power down spiritually. I just passed out physically. So I slept, but I didn't rest. And that's why you can wake up after 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep and still feel tired. So every 2 to 3 hours, you need to literally take a spiritual break. You need to walk away from whatever you're doing spiritually for 5 to 7 minutes and just shut it down spiritually. Just, you know what? You get up, let me go for a brisk walk on my break at the job. Let me just get away from everybody. Let me take 2 or 3 minutes and just woosah. Right? That's a spiritual rest. Spiritual rest. When you prepare for bed at night, settle all your differences. That's one reason that the Bible says don't go to bed angry. Right? Settle your differences. Forgive yourself for not accomplishing everything that you wanted to accomplish that day, so you don't try to go to sleep thinking about all of that junk. And in other words, you can actually sleep and rest at the same time. And when you wake up the next day, you're refreshed, you're rejuvenated. Right? 7:30, today's quote of the day. There's an easy way and a right way. Choose yours. There's an easy way and a right way. Choose yours. Unfortunately, so many people are choosing the easy way. That's why they refuse to give up any sleep at night. I gotta have my sleep. Well, a lot of people are saying, you don't gotta have your sleep, gotta have your rest. And you can rest throughout the day without sleeping. Sleep is physical, rest is spiritual. You got to power down, got to breathe, right? There is an easy way and a right way. Choose yours. Today's daily quote is brought to you by Solid Foundation Athletic Academy. For those of you who are in the St. Louis area and you have, kids in the area, kids that want to play sports, and maybe they're in the off season and they're trying to figure out how to get bigger, stronger, faster for their upcoming season, then that's what Solid Foundation Athletic Academy is all about. Go to their website, solidfoundationathletics.com. Check out some of their programs. You can go to their fan page, Solid Foundation Athletic Academy, look at some of the videos and the training methods, and see if that is a good fit for your young athlete, right? solidfoundationathletics.com. So is it becoming a little bit more clear now, the difference between sleep and rest? See, I had to study and read up on this. I didn't really understand the difference, but now it makes so much sense to me when you think about spiritual rest and physical sleep. Two totally different things. Both are needed. I'm leaning more towards making sure that you keep your spirit man right, rested up, rejuvenated, and ready to go. Your physical body, you can do that on a it doesn't take 9 hours to rejuvenate your spiritual body. I mean, your physical body. Sometimes it kind of depends on, the level of activity that you've gone through the day. Some people do need 8 hours of sleep because they physically beat their bodies up. You think about construction workers and people who physically have physically demanding jobs and things of that nature. So yes, chances are they could need that for their bodies to repair and recover. Right? Others, on the other hand, are so engaged in spiritual warfare all throughout the day that you need that much rest for your spirit. You're physically or you're spiritually beating your spirit man down because you're engaged in these spiritual battles all day, every day. And you're not allowing yourself time to rest and recover. Could be why you're losing some of those spiritual battles. Whoa. Could be why you're losing some of those spiritual battles. Because you're sending your spiritual warrior out to fight without the proper amount of rest. Got to rest your spirit. Get in the habit every 2 to 3 hours, walking away, breathing, get your little meditation session in, clear your mind as best you can. I know it's difficult sometimes when you're working a job to get away and stop thinking about the job, the task at hand, what you got to do before lunch, what you got to do after lunch, and all that kind of stuff. But if you can start to refresh, rejuvenate, reinvigorate your spiritual man every 2 to 3 hours, right? Pull yourself away from that project that you are really engaged in. This is me, man. I've got some projects that I'm working on right now. Going in, right? And they're draining and they're taxing spiritually because I don't just put my physical effort into everything that I do. I put spirit into everything that I do. So my spirit is constantly being drained. But if you're not careful to walk away to rejuvenate your spirit, then that could hurt you in the long run. Right? I could be pouring my spiritual self into my work and draining my spiritual man and then come under spiritual attack and have to try to fight off a spiritual attack with a weak and depleted spirit man. So when you think about it from that perspective, now you have to start saying to yourself, yeah, I got to keep my spirit in shape. I got to keep my spirit well rested so that if I'm ever under attack, I'm ready. And we'll all go through spiritual battles all the time. So just like your physical body needs exercise, your physical body needs to be fed. This physical body needs rest. You have to treat your spirit man the same way. So, of course, we know that good, healthy, and nutritious food is good for the physical body, right? Your leafy greens, your raw fruits and vegetables, as close to the time that they are actually picked from the tree. They have more life force. So that is the best for your spirit man. Your chlorophyll rich foods, because that's basically liquid sunshine, right? That's what the plants take sunshine and turn it into chlorophyll. So when you're eating chlorophyll rich foods, it's almost like eating sunlight. I don't think a lot of people get that. The darker the green, the better. When you eat chlorophyll rich food, it's almost like eating sunlight. Because plants take sunlight and do what? Turn it into chlorophyll. Very powerful. So you need that sort of sustenance for your physical body, but guess what? You need the same thing for your spiritual body. You have to be spiritually fed. Man cannot live off bread alone. Every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So whatever your spiritual belief is, you need to be getting into your spiritual beliefs, and you need to be fed spiritually. 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, right? We eat 3 meals a day for our physical body, but we feed our spiritual body once a week. A lot of us, right? The quality of the spiritual food is important as well. Just like we eat raw fruits and vegetables, good whole meats and things of that nature. If you're a meat eater, then you have to take into consideration the quality of the spiritual food that you eat. Right? What are you allowing into your spirit through your eye gate and your ear gate mainly, but also through your nose gate, and also that proceeds out of your mouth? That is all dealing with your spirit. What are you allowing in? Right? I can take anything in, and the beauty of this creation that God has put together, I can take negativity in and I can flip it and I can extract the positive out of it. Right? But you know what that's like? That's like me. That's like me eating a bunch of Doritos and me saying the Doritos are made of corn. So my body will filter through all of the other junk that's in the Dorito to get down to the corn. There's a lesson in everything, man. So yes, you can take in negativity and you can get some positive and some good food out of that. But you have to filter through all of the junk to extract the few little nuggets out of it. When in fact, I could just go straight to the source and find me some non-GMO corn, organically grown and raised without any pesticides in it, and I can just eat that raw right off the stalk. Or I can eat some Doritos and have my body filter through all of the junk to get to the little bit of corn that is actually there, the little bit of nutrition that's left from the corn, but it's been processed so far away from it, so far removed from its original state that there's very little nutrition left in it. You have to do the same thing with your spiritual food, right? Your physical body needs exercise daily. Daily. You have to be walking. You have to be running. You have to be getting your core right. You have to be doing your strength training. You have to be doing your cardio training. Well, guess what? Your spiritual man needs training daily, right? Because we talk about this all the time on this show. You're either growing or you're dying. There is no in between. I know a lot of people who are very, very health conscious physically, but their spirit is on life support. You guys hear that? I know a lot of people who are physically health conscious, exercise, eat right, but their spirit is on life support, suffering from malnutrition and neglect. So you have to feed your spirit constantly. The books that you read, or you have to exercise your spirit constantly. Reading is a good exercise for your spirit. What you read is an even better exercise for your spirit. Meditation is a good exercise for your spirit. right? Visualization is a good exercise for your spirit. All of this stuff is critically important. You can work out all you want to, you can exercise all you want to, you can eat right all you want to, but your spirit could be on life support if you're not careful feeding your spirit. Again, sleep is physical, rest is spiritual, right? So meditation, visualization, walking away, um, imagination, using your creativity. All of these are exercises for your spirit. And it keeps your spirit upbeat. It keeps your spirit in shape, right? Those who don't use creativity, those who don't use imagination, those who don't use visualization, you wonder why you lose in some of these spiritual battles. Your spirit man is out of shape. Are you spiritually in shape to go 15 rounds in a spiritual battle with the enemy? See, some of you guys, your spirit is on life support. So somebody say one thing to you, throw a little dart at you, and you get into this spiritual battle and you lose in the first round because you're not spiritually in shape. Are you exercising your spirit man the same way you would exercise your body? Are you feeding your spirit man the same way that you are feeding your physical body? All right. 7:45. Let me go into the daily book excerpt. Right. Again, going through Think and Grow Rich, man. This is my second or third pass at it. Here's what happens. And when you talk about reading, that's a spiritual exercise for spiritual growth. A lot of stuff I read this book when I was a younger man. So much of it went over my head. So much of it went over my head. Why? Because I needed to grow. Now that I've grown a little bit, I'm reading some stuff in this book that I swear wasn't in there the first time I read it. But it's the same book. Man, that wasn't in there the first time I read it. It was. It just went over my head. It went over my head. But now that I'm grown a bit, I'm reading it again, and now I'm getting more out of it. And guess what? When I get what I get out of it now and I start to apply, it's going to cause me to grow a little bit more. And I'm going to read it again next year, and I'm going to get even more out of it. That's why people have libraries. You don't read a book and pitch it. You read it, you put it on the shelf, you apply what you learn, you come back and you reread that thing, and it takes you to a whole nother level because you grew from the application of what you got out of it the last time you read it. Now you're going to get more out of it this time. So we who are in the race for riches should be encouraged to know that this changed world in which we live is demanding new ideas, new ways of doing things, new leaders, new inventions, new methods of teaching, new methods of marketing, new books, new literature, new features for television, new ideas for moving pictures. Back of all this demand for new and better things, there is one quality which one must possess to win. And that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. This is why I say sleep is overrated, y'all. Because when you have a burning desire to possess your dreams and goals, that definiteness of purpose, it's hard to sleep, man, when you have a burning desire. And if you're telling me that you can sleep 8, 9, 10 hours, but you have a burning desire to get something done, and you work from 9 to 6, 7, then you got family time from 7 to 8, 7 to 9. Then you got to get some dinner in there. And then if you're sleeping 8 hours, that means chances are you sleep by 9 o'clock again. Where do you exercise the burning desire that you have to go after your definite purpose? See, I think sleep is overrated. Let me read that last part again. Back of all this demand for new and better things, there is only one quality one must possess to win. Type and put in win if you want to win, man. This is the one quality that you need to possess to win. And that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. Do you have a definite purpose? Do you have a burning desire to possess it? Or do you just have a desire to possess it? See, there's desire, then there's burning desire. My desire is like a freaking inferno. It's burning so hot. Right? My desire burns like that clear part of the flame that you don't see. Right? You guys, you know, the whiter the flame, the hotter it is, right? The white. So you got your yellow flames, you get your red flames, your yellow flames, then you start getting down to your bluish color flames, and then you got that clear flame. You can't even see. It's like when you cut on a torch, you can't even see that flame. It's so hot. That's what my desire is like. You can't even see the flame. It's burning so hot. Do you have a burning desire, or do you just have a desire? Do you have a purpose, or do you have a definite purpose? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you're willing to give up to go get it? Those things are spiritual in nature. If you're not keeping your spirit man in shape, you will lose the spiritual battles that you have to fight in order to have and to claim and to possess your definite purpose. See, those things are spiritual. That's why we're talking about rest versus sleep. Sleep is physical, rest is spiritual. Are you keeping your spirit man in shape? Are you keeping your spirit man in shape? Yeah, K-Roz, I've got the black choice in the bedroom. I was reading that one last night and this one this morning. So yeah, I have them both. Yep, good stuff. So why we're talking about this? Because if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to create generational wealth, if you're going to build a legacy, see, riches have a lot. If you think about riches and wealth, I want you to think about them in the same way that we're thinking about sleep and rest. Riches would be the equivalent of sleep, physical, material. Wealth is the equivalent of rest, spiritual. If you're going to acquire wealth, you're going to have to keep your spirit man in shape, well conditioned, well rested, well fed. Literally have to keep your spirit man in shape, because to build wealth, you're going to have to fight a lot of spiritual battles. The last thing you want is a spiritual battle to confront you and your spirit man is weak because it hasn't been rested in a few days. This is where frustration comes in. This is where the quit mentality comes in. This is where the revert back to the old me comes in, because I'm under spiritual attack and my spirit man is weak because I haven't fed it in days. I haven't rested it in days. I haven't exercised it in days. Big difference. You're going to win. You're going to need your spiritual man to be ready for battle at all times. ready for battle at all times. Just like you want to stay in physical shape, so you're ready to deal with the physical things that life throw at you, the physical challenges and obstacles that you have to get over. You have to do the same thing spiritually. Keep your spirit being in shape, because I guarantee you, as you're pursuing wealth, especially everybody who's on this stream. Why? Because we're pursuing wealth for noble reasons. And anything that you do for a noble reason, for a noble cause, anything that you do for the building of the kingdom of the Most High, you're going to come under spiritual attack all the time. Point blank and period. If your spirit man is not ready for those attacks, you're going to lose a lot of spiritual battles, and it's the loss of those spiritual battles that will make you give up on your definite purpose, that will make you quit on your dream, that will make you quit on your family. Right? So just a real quick recap. Sleep is for the physical being, rest is for the spiritual being. Get in the habit of resting every 2 to 3 hours, your spirit being. Go hard at what you're doing for 2 to 3 hours, then walk away. Go do something else, rest your mind, go meditate, go for a walk, go have your visualization session, go use your imagination, just go think creatively, just go get yourself outside of that environment and do something different, 5 to 7 minutes. Then you come back to it and go hard. I promise you, you're going to have that rejuvenation, and you're going to be able to go hard a little bit longer because you refresh your spirit. Right? We call them power naps. We know now that power naps aren't by design. A lot of times we have power naps because our spiritual body is literally exhausted. So when you have a power nap, that's that nap that you have during the middle of the day that comes out of nowhere because you've exhausted yourself spiritually. And your spiritual being causes your physical being to shut down so it can rest for 7 to 10 minutes. And all of a sudden, you just feel like a brand new creature when you come out of a little power nap like that. Why? Because your spirit man has been rejuvenated. Talk about sleeping 8, 9 hours sometimes and you still wake up tired because you slept without resting. People do it all the time. You can sleep without resting. How do you sleep without resting? When you go to bed with too much on your mind and you don't power down. It's like using the functions on your laptop or your computer to shut down so it goes through all the necessary stuff in the background to properly shut down and just unplugging it. Right? There's a difference between a proper shutdown and then just a hard stop. A lot of us go to sleep based on a hard stop, and that's why we sleep without resting. But if you power down, you take some time to do a little bit of reading before you go to bed. You take some time to do a little bit of prayer and meditation before you go to sleep. You take some time to literally shut yourself down spiritually. Cast all your cares on the Lord. You stop worrying about every little thing. When you do that, now you can take yourself down, and now you can fall asleep and rest at the same time. Right? So today's show was brought to you by Monetize My Life Academy. If you haven't gotten the book, you can still pre-order. It's $20. You get the PDF copy right away. The paperbacks will be in about a week or so. I just got the notifications that they have been shipped. So they've been printed, they've been shipped. Now I just got to get them and then ship them to you. And then you get the 3 months of Monetize My Life Academy. Man, you guys are going to be blown away by the content that I'm providing in Monetize My Life Academy. Everything that I teach you, I'll talk about in the book, I will teach you how to actually do that via video trainings from myself, other experts in the industry, different courses you will have access to. And it's just going to be a wonderful place for you to plug in and get your knowledge base up on how to execute monetizing your life. See, one of the things that I talk about in Monetizing My Life is building your own platform. right? This is a platform for me. This show is a platform for me. Maybe you want a podcast as your platform. Well, how would you like to be able to get access to a course that will teach you how to set up your podcast, right? In the book, we talk about creating an authority, building your brand, and sometimes it requires you to write a short ebook so that you can build authority. How would you like a template and a model and a course that will teach you how to write an ebook in a day or two? Right? Those are the types of things that you will get access to in Monetize My Life Academy. If you pre-order the book now, you get a free 3-month subscription. So 90 days access to all of that good content, right? So go to monetizemylifeacademy.com to pre-order the book. Also brought to you by Project 1000. Guys, if you want to minimize your taxes, eliminate debt, build wealth long-term, then you want to join Project 1000. My team of wealth strategists and business coaches will help get you to the next level financially. And those of you who want to build your own financial education franchise, we can show you how to do that. Last but not least, I have 1 spot left for my Black Literature Week. So I need an author. I need 1 author to fill my spot on Tuesday, the second segment of the show. That is Tuesday, May 9th. So if you know an author who wants to be on the show, wants an opportunity to promote and publish, promote and sell their book, get some video content together, get a free webinar with me where I'll be talking to all of the authors together next week. We got that on the schedule for next week. And we will be talking about how you can maximize this opportunity. Then have that author reach out to me, and we can talk further about what it takes to get that spot filled. So with that, yeah, K-Raj, just go to monetizemylifeacademy.com, man. Monetizemylifeacademy.com. And you're here local, man, so I can deliver your book to you once it arrives, man. But yes, definitely go get that, and then you get your 3-month subscription, because you and I talked about some other things that you're doing, and I can help you with Monetize My Life Academy, the courses you can take to learn some different things as well. So with that, I'm your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community. Until I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.